Hi, today we're at Llawhaden Castle. It was originally a defensive castle built by the bishops and St Davids in 1115, and it's gradually changed and became a bishop's palace, so it was used more for residential. There doesn't seem too much history about it online, but we're going to have a look. So we're inside one of the gatehouse towers. If you look up, there's a really cool kind of roof with a big hole in it. You can see there's a door where it would have had an upper floor. We're going to have a look. This looks like there's a bottomless staircase over here. We've got a torch. Oh, maybe it was the toilet. That looks toilety to me.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
There's even some bog roll in there, which is grim. I'm not sure what that would have been. Fireplace? It's really hard to tell. There was still a small garrison kept here when the bishop used it as his palace. It was owned by the Diocese of St Davids. They've also owned some of the other places we've explored. Where do you think the staircase was? It must have gone up there somewhere, where that door was.
Somewhere.
Do you think we can fit through this little hole? Probably not.
Yeah.
Maybe there's another way in. Oh!
Your dress, Mel.
It's alright. That was fun. In this funny little hole. Excellent.
Oh, for God's sake.
So I'm now in this funny little room. I can look up and get a really good view. That looks pretty cool. That must be the upper floor with the vaulted ceiling. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to get out of here now. Colin's got peed off because he's got his trousers all dirty, crawling through little holes. But I've got a dress on and I just dealt with it. Right. So now I've gone through to this other room. I'm reckoning the floor has probably got filled in over time, so it's a lot higher. Can look up there again. See the upper floors. And now I've got to try and crawl through here with my dress on and without falling over. This is interesting. Oh, I'm stuck. Okay. Let's get through this little tunnel on my hands and knees. Oh, that was fun. Go back up out of the tower. So this is the other side of the gatehouse tower. It's not nearly as well preserved. You can still see where those are the upper floors. Looks pretty impressive. You can get a good view of some of the rest of the castle from down in the dip here. It's a little bit windy, so I hope we'll be okay. the outer walls look pretty impressive, like the big curtain wall there. You can see the massive defensive curtain wall stretching around the edge. And there's some steps going down here. That looks like the bottom of a tower, which is now fallen. I think it was abandoned in the 14th century, so it's been a wreck for a really long time. And the whole thing is owned by the Baron of Llawhaden village. There's recently been a new Baron. Somebody has bought the derelict house, which had burned down in the year 2000, and they've restored it, although it looks a bit modern to my liking. I'm just going to get my torch. So they've actually restored the mansion, and they now have the lordship of the area, and they own this as well, which hasn't gone down very well with the local people, as it's someone from the other side of England. It's very dark in here, even with the torch. Look at that. Piece of carved masonry. I really don't know what you can see in here. I've got my torch, but it's still quite dark. Nice vaulted roof. So we're inside the wall now. If we turn round, there's the bottom of a staircase. Which must go up, I assume, to the battlements or something, but you can't access it. Right, let's go back out. So the steps probably would have led up to the upper floors there. You can see the stone supports for the floors. And we think that these may have been fireplaces. This whole piece probably would have been enclosed by a curved vaulted roof. Another little side room here. Looks like there's kind of a bricked up arch in the stonework, and then some kind of slit in the wall over there. Straight ahead of us is the well, which I suppose it would have been used in times of siege, which is really cool. I wonder if there's any water. Actually, that's really deep. And there is water. We can see a reflection. Normally when you find these, they're just empty or they're full of rubbish. But this is, yeah, really deep and still... I wonder how fresh it is. This really cool tall square tower. I don't think you can go up that one, but you can go up one of the others. We're going to have a look. There's no access in this one, but there is access to this one, but it's quite windy. We're going to go up there anyway. We'll make an attempt to go up. It's stairs with holes in, which I hate. I didn't much like those stairs at all. I was trying not to look down through the holes. It's got a really cool inside of the roof. I never failed to be amazed by that. There's a really nice view out of the window. Perhaps another toilet. I don't know. I think that would have been a toilet, but it's a dead end. We just chucked rubbish. There's a lovely view over the countryside. You see, it would have been in a good defensive position. You could see if anyone was coming for miles. Get a 360 view out of here. There's another window here. Oh, aeroplane. That's really cool. It's kind of, you can see down there's a bit of a moat. Perhaps that was part of the original Motte and Bailey before it was rebuilt in stone. And then to our right, there's a fireplace. I'm going to look up, of course. Oh, yeah, just you see a tiny chink right at the top. It's quite blocked. I think we may be able to go up a bit higher. I'll have a look. The steps have luckily been rebuilt, so they're quite safe. Oh, I'm a bit vertiginous. Help! They've got gaps in these steps too. I wish they'd filled them in. It's pretty cool, but I don't like them. Yeah. Top floor. And that's a really cool ceiling. It's even better than the other one. It's almost like a star shape. And you can see on that window there's still some of the ornamental masonry. And the same, we've got the same 360 view as before. Hopefully you can hear me because of the wind. There's another small fireplace. Perhaps these were residential. And you can see for miles. Right, let's go back down the horrible steps. Quite a good view from there though. You can see over the top of the rest of the castle because we're so high up. Ooh, vertigo. Toilet room. It's a bit still better intact than the other one. There you go, it's the loo. That would have probably gone out into the moat. I've got vertigo. Have you?
No.
Oh, you're right. It's quite cool that you can look down across the rest of it. Here's a room that we missed earlier. It looked like it would have had another curved vaulted ceiling. And it looks like over there might have been a really massive fireplace. You can see the chimney going right up. These would have been probably the main living halls. It's disappointing you can't go in the tall square tower. You can see in there, look, there's a really well preserved Gothic arch door. I don't know if it'll show up on the camera. This tower seems to be the best preserved, even though you can't go up. You can see the masonry's better preserved, and you can see where the spiral staircase would have gone. Look up inside. That's cool. That's well cool. Reminds me of a church. I wonder why it's square, because the other towers are all kind of round.
That's a shame that ain't still usable, isn't it?
Apparently the castle is a pentagonal shape. We should have counted the sides when we were up the other tower.
The doors going up
Look,
there.
that looks like, do you think that was a face?
Yeah, you can see face on that.
I'm going to take a picture.
One on both sides.
Yeah.
Have you been in that bottom one yet?
Oh no, we haven't. We missed that. I'm going there now.
Haven't found a dungeon either.
I think it's in there. We've been here only once before, and it was quite a few years ago. My highlight was finding a frog in one of the towers. I love frogs. Right, I'll get the torch. Yeah, there's the dungeon. It's well locked to stop anyone getting in. I can't even see the bottom with the torch. Oh, just about. I'm just about to see the floor. Do you think it's one of those oubliette ones where they just chuck people in and then forget about them? It reminds me of the one in Robin of Sherwood, where they lobbed them down and they could only get up if they put a ladder down the hole for them to escape out of. Those are reasonable facilities, because I think there's another toilet room at the side. So that would have been 3. One toilet for every floor of the tower. It's certainly less vertigo than up the other one. They need a few more signs, don't they? Saying what was what. There's a nice archway at the bottom there. So you can kind of see the archways there where the roof would have been. I don't know what this part of the castle was, but you can see it would have gone up a lot higher because it's just one piece standing up with a floor support. If you turned around, you get a really good view of the outer wall and the tower we were just up as well. It looks like that's been rebuilt at one time, doesn't it? Although the outer facing stones were usually properly carved with a rubble infill. Go through here. This is quite cool because this is probably what all the roofs would have been like in all the rest of the bits, where you could just see the edge of the curve, and that was all that was left. So probably all of the rooms would have been this kind of shaped roof. I don't know what all the little square holes in the wall would have been. I think we may actually have the castle to ourselves at the moment. Unfortunately, we arrived at the same time as some noisy people. I think they've gone. Now the roof's gone here. You see more of the rubble infill. That was the core section of the walls. That's nice.
Oh, yeah.
There's actually like an arrow slit style window.
All the bricks are here.
Yeah. You see right at the end
Stones,
there's
I mean.
kind of an arch. Or what remains of it. There just didn't seem to be that much information even on the Cadw website. But you can see big chunks that have fallen into the moat. Oh, that's good. Is that like a fireplace or something?
Yeah.
Or a little oven or something like that? Get out that way. Let's look at them.
There's steps there.
Oh yeah, stairs going up.
There's another room above.
Well, you can see that there was an upper floor,
Yeah.
but it's destroyed. I think this bit is just blocked off. You can't get out through there. You have to walk out the main door. There's a lovely Gothic arch entrance. Well, it's a bit windy here. You can see where maybe there are some original fixings. That goes right in, really deep. Maybe it was a bolt or something that went across. Because they probably would have had a door. It looks nice from the outside. It's funny how some bits have survived and then other bits have completely gone. It doesn't really make sense. There's the outside of that other window that we just looked out through. What do you think that was? The ground level must be...
Lower.
It must have been much lower, yeah. Because that looks like a gateway. It must have been much, much lower.
No idea.
Looks like there may have been another tower or something here. Hard to tell. There's actually a sign here. This was the courtyard. And there's another one of these lovely Gothic doors. Let's have a little look at the sign. If you want to read it, you can pause it. That's what it would have looked like, and there's the well. Actually, that's really posh. So that would have been that tall square tower. And this would have been the bit that we were just inside, with raised steps and wooden walkway. That's a reconstruction as it might have appeared in the 15th century, so probably shortly before it was abandoned. Oh, this was cool. Just the other end of the part we were in.
Hard to imagine, isn't it?
Yeah, how they built these and got them to stay up. There's another bricked off staircase, yeah. So it looks on that picture, that reconstruction, that it would have been 2 stories high. It's a shame so much of it's destroyed. I'm not sure why or when it was destroyed. It possibly could have been something to do with the Civil War, because apparently there's a battle round here. And the big mansion, which had just been rebuilt by the bloke from England, that was where Oliver Cromwell stayed during the Civil War, just before they had a battle. A lot of the castles had Civil War connections. And usually Cromwell's lot destroyed them, but I'm not sure about this one, so don't quote me on that. Here you can see the foundation of a massive circular tower. Look how thick the walls used to be. The actual space inside is pretty small. I think the walls are thicker than the space itself. And pretty impenetrable, wouldn't it?
More bits of castles down there.
Yeah, in the moat. We were hoping we might be able to sneak through the barriers and explore the burned down mansion, but unfortunately we didn't know that someone had bought it and restored it. So that's one that we just missed by being too late. Well, I hope you've enjoyed our short castle tour, and thank you for watching. Bye!